um, how is this consciousness going to help us, right? How can we expand our consciousness or an evolution towards the higher dimensions?
Sure. Thank you, Nagalakshmi, for introducing the entire panel. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being part of this special retreat and the Unlocking Freedom. To further answer to the question of Nagalakshmi, and I'm sure this is a question and a query for many of you. Consciousness, what is consciousness? We need to understand before we work upon unlocking it with the next level of freedom. So consciousness is a concept of lights, it's a concept of science, it's a construct of matter, and we, the embodiment in the humanly form, carry the essence of life, and the life by itself is the consciousness. Yet the consciousness is part of our entire organ, entire body, our chakra levels, but also specific to the intellect, the intelligences, and also to the process of man's mind that has the strength to ascend and evolve. Ultimately, consciousness is directly linked to our own mind, or what we call as a spirit form or the soul presence, which chooses to come into the journey or embark on a journey in the physical form, in a flesh form through the birth. But yet, it's not restricted to that level where we are in the participation of life, while it is very vital and important whole throughout, because the consciousness which is connected to mind and the intellect of awareness is what can help in the evolution and the expansion. But of course there is a lot of self work that has to go underneath this, because when the mind is not aware, when the mind is not reflecting, mind is not wanting to participate in the understanding, the consciousness shift is something which is a difficult state. But the consciousness shift can also be participated or worked upon by an individual with the active participation of mindfulness, meditations, and any kind of spiritual practices that are from the concept of lights. The whole construct of consciousness is revealing towards that man's life is not restricted to a birth timeline alone, and that the spirit and the soul has time traveled many births, which are countless births, but which also gives us the understanding that it is not limited to just this birth alone. We have to go further beyond. We can call that, from the construct of ancestral lineage, and that we are an ancestral soul present upon this earth, but for a spiritual journey. And as we go into the spiritual journey, advance ahead, we ourselves at a soul level become ascended, evolved, or progressive into the higher dimensions of lights. And further, as we tap into the higher dimensions or a plane of healing, is where the construct of further dimensions unfolds, and the further galaxies that unfolds, further worlds that unfolds. The whole construct, as the masters speak about, is that the mind is the power to transcend and move into the states of the higher dimensional frequencies. The work of unlocking freedom that is revealed today, and what we are going to be part of in the next 3 days, is going to forever not just change the trajectory of our mind or of our life, but we also begin to look and participate in the larger plans of the higher transcendence that occurs because our consciousness expands. So the consciousness is linked to the mind, and with the strength of the lights it can grow really faster, and we do not have to keep repeating the patterns or keep flowing in the old ways. And that's where, when our consciousness shifts, we are creating a ripple effects upon the earth and upon the lineage and to the people and the society that we are part of the construct. And when the collective consciousness of all of us increases, raises the vibration of Mother Earth, ultimately helping in the the tapping of the untapped layers or the unmanifested layers to be brought down into the earth, which is supporting the expansion. So these are the guidances from the masters, please. Thank
Wonderful,
you.
wonderful, Dr. Pam.